Them MKZ boys is back again, man. Welcome back to another episode of MKZ The Podcast, man. I'm back with the gang, man. The gang that we've been rocking with for the last 3 years now, man. It's been a minute. I'm back with the same game, bro. I got my dog Key with me. I got my dog Matt with me. How y'all boys feeling today, man?
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah. How y'all boys been living, man? How's the kids? How's the family? How's the wife?
How the kids, McKelly?
How can you tell me?
I don't know. What are the hell kids?
What you mean, bro? You got a little jit in the other room, bro. You got you know what I'm saying? She's sleeping.
I got no
Oh,
jizz, man. Ain't wifey with the kids right now? That's why where's she at?
that's why you're able to shoot right now.
Yeah, man. She taking care of the kid with you right now. That's cool, bro. You good, bro.
I'm good, man. Everything good, man. Kid free. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? I know you don't know what I'm talking about,
It's
but
illegal. Neglection's illegal.
hey,
Hey,
Mr. Two
man,
Times,
listen.
we ain't forget about you, big dog, man. You
Hell
know,
yeah.
man, this
Hell
Disney
yeah.
out there, boy. You know, the kids just, you know what I'm saying? I know, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking
Matter of
about.
fact, let me tell you how I feel about them kids, boy. This how I feel about them kids, boy.
Yeah,
I ain't got no kids. This is the life I'm living right now, dog. I ain't got no kids
yeah.
with me, dog. But hey, man, it's good to see y'all boys, man. We're back with another episode of MKZ The Podcast, man. It's been a little while, man. It's been a little while, but you know, right before we started shooting, we just got on our little soapboxes a little and just had a brief conversation about, where we want to take MKZ and where we plan on, you know, the future looking come down the line, at the end of the day, like, and I was thinking about this earlier because I actually just finished Ted Lasso finally. So I'm finally ready for the new season on the 5th. But I'm watching the show, bro. And if you haven't seen Ted Lasso, 100% recommend. My boy Key recommended it to me back in the day, and I can't thank him enough because that show goated for real, if you really, really, really love sport. But the more and more I think about it, like sport is just a beautiful thing, bro. Like just seeing the World Cup that just passed, like it's bigger. Like some people view sports and dumb it down to just, you know, a couple dumb people getting on the field or court, running up and down, using their athleticism to put the ball in the basket or a net or whatever. But it means so much more than that to a lot of people, man. Like this is a true lifestyle, like, and it really does invoke a certain amount of emotion out of people. Like, and it could, I mean, sports have saved people's lives, and it's little things like that you look at and it's like, man, like it's bigger. Like when folks say it's bigger than basketball, it's bigger than football, all that shut up and dribble shit. Like all the it's a lot bigger than that, man. Like it means a lot to all of you as you guys know it means to us. So, you know, as we continue to grow, like I said, I mean, this podcast was started just with some friends that decided to, hop on the stream, hop on the Discord, being that we're always in different places, and just speak our mind on different things and just give a little bit of our insight for the people that might not be aware. So, it means a lot for you guys to have tuned in the way you have so far. I was just recently looking at the YouTube page and, you know, to see like we're still in our beginning stages, obviously, but to see like our top video even have like almost triple digit views and you know just to see a consistent view count throughout the episodes, it means that we're helping somebody, since episode one we've always said that the main goal, even if we just had one viewer, y'all mean the world to us and we're just going to continue to kick it. So appreciate y'all for everything that y'all do for the podcast, man. And without further ado, like we said many times before, we're back from a little hiatus, but we're trying to run it up, man. We're trying to run it up, and we're trying to continue to bring you guys out different content and different perspectives. And hopefully, we'll be able to document this entire NFL season from its start to its finish. So, without further ado, the NFL is ramping back up, man. We got the 26-27 season about to start. We've had a lot of moves in this off season. We've had a lot of different talking points that we've seen throughout the off season. And I mean, I'm not sure if you guys have been keeping up, but we've had a lot of big name players change places. We've had coaches get fired, coaches get hired. We've had teams completely flip. Like it's been a lot that's going on in this off season. And I believe this past week was the beginning of training camp for these NFL teams. So throughout this past week, we've been able to see a lot of the inside a lot of inside looks at a lot of these organizations, and I think we saw a lot, man. I think we saw a lot. I think today we're just gonna, just talk about how we're feeling about the season, what we've been able to pick up, things that we like in the off season, or things that we like in this training camp period, and just to do some of our, expectations or things to look for in this upcoming season. So, without further ado, being that we have a resident New England Patriots fan on this team, you see me rocking this.
Ooh,
You see me rocking it.
ooh,
You see me rocking this beautiful jersey.
ooh.
Don't mind this garbage ass player, but I'm rocking the jersey for a reason. Gotta love my Dolphins to the day I die. But we saw AJ Brown, star receiver for the Philadelphia Eagles, move over to one New England Patriots and finally give young quarterback Drake May what he's been looking for in a star number one wide
Don't worry,
receiver.
he'll be leaving soon because they racist over there. So it won't be too long. He'll be gone.
Yeah, all right, yeah, black head coach.
Key, Key, talk to me. How you feeling about AJ Brown to the Patriots and the Patriots season just coming off a loss in the Super Bowl? So you guys already got potential.
Feels good, man. I've been looking forward to this since June. When he officially made the trade, I'm excited. I told that nigga, read any book you want to read. I got books here. You know what I'm saying? You
Man,
want
you
to
don't
read
be
all?
even reading them books on the sideline,
You
bro. He be like
you
Braun
want
with it,
to?
bro. He be on the first page, bro.
Yeah, if you want to read Art of War, I got book, I got anime, I got mangas. You know what I'm saying? It's great. It's really good getting a player, especially like he wanted to be a Patriot since the beginning, since the draft. He's been a Patriot fan his whole life, and he comes up with great energy. Obviously there's speculations on him and his energy, his character throughout his career. But you
Debo.
know what? Even when he is acting weird and BS and all that, he still give you a 1,200, 8 touchdowns, 9 touchdowns. So I take it. I always felt personally that AJ Brown's been like a top five, at least top 8-ish receiver in the league, and he's still like I don't know how old he is. Probably 29, 30. He's still like fairly young. Probably 31. He been league since DK Metcalf, so he's probably like 28, 29. That's
Yeah,
like
he's
what
29. He's 29.
29. Yeah.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
and he doesn't have any huge injuries. He has little flings, but it's good. You got, like you said, you got for Drake May. We got some help. That was a big thing we needed this off the whole season last year. And I because Drake May did with no talent basically. We had like an old Stephon Diggs. Now we have more talent with him and Romeo Dobbs. Don't forget Romeo Dobbs. We still have a decent online. Online got better. Like team got better offensively. So I'm happy for it.
I respect that. I respect that. Now, I mean, the big talking points that have been are, you know, I mean, last year it's hard. It's kind of hard to deduce, and kind of come to an understanding with AJ Brown and his last season, McKinley. Like, I want to say, I mean, obviously AJ Brown is still a star receiver, but I felt like every week going in over there, and of course it's the Eagles. The outlets are going to push their big organizations, their big teams the way they want to, but it felt like every week the Eagles were in a talking point for something related to AJ Brown, be it him complaining after a win saying that the offense wasn't as smooth as he would have liked it to be, or him telling reporters that his happiness isn't exactly where he would have wanted it to be, after when the rest of the team is celebrating. Like, you look at some of these things and you look at how this is going to mesh with a young quarterback in Drake May. you know, from an unbiased opinion, McKinley. I know we're Dolphins fans over here. We can't stand nothing Patriots related. But from an unbiased opinion, do you think that's going to cause any disruption with the Patriots? I mean, they're the reigning Super Bowl contenders out of the AFC. So, do you think it's going to help them or hurt them? Help them more or hurt them more going into this newer season?
I think for sure it's gonna definitely be a plus and help. Because big physical guy, arguably a top five receiver. Once he's once he's featured in the offense, so it should definitely be a help. But I do think the off the field antics, because we can't forget, like even in his early stints in Tennessee, even though obviously his quarterback play wasn't that. I mean, it was solid with Ryan Tannehill, but same head coach, so they still had like similar issues. Even though in Tennessee they also featured Derrick Henry, so similar to the Eagles, more a run first type of offense. So that was bound to happen. With his wanting to be important to the offense. So It's definitely gonna be a plus. It's gonna be interesting to see how Drake May and Mike Vrabel, Lord knows like what the shit he got going on. He got to manage,
You know, you know,
his
you know,
side
you know,
stuff
you
and
know,
now
you know.
you got to manage his side stuff there, but also AJ Brown. So it's gonna be interesting. But aside from the little extracurriculars and the how you could say the subliminal tweets that he be putting out,
Subliminal. Yeah, we know about the messages. Hmm.
they should be really good, man. It should be solid for the most part, man.
I respect it. I respect it. And I agree with you. I agree with you. I do think it's going to be a benefit now. We're looking at Drake just come off of what was, an MVP candidate season.
Yes,
I mean,
sir.
the Patriots, I gotta give y'all credit. I'm wearing a Dolphins jersey,
Had
but
a
the
cupcake
Patriots,
schedule, very easy schedule, a lot of
oh
below
yeah,
500
There you
teams,
go.
they
There
for
we
sure had a
go.
cup. They for sure had a cupcake schedule. Let's not get that out of there. And let's also talk about the fact that even their run to the Super Bowl was a bit questionable. That Bronco.
Super questionable,
We know that Broncos
Hey,
team
who's in
wasn't
front
as
of
good.
you?
I mean, you're right. That's all you can do. You can play who's in front of you. But
Yeah, of course, yeah, for sure.
at the end of the day, I agree with McKinley. I do think this is going to be a great like, and Kevon as well that he spoke about earlier. I do think there's going to be a big addition to the team. I do think I'm very excited to see Drake May with a number one receiver, honestly, because you know a lot of times quarterbacks get flack off of their play when the organization hasn't done the best to surround them with quality, like top tier quality talent a
Right.
la Lamar Jackson that's never really had a number one receiver in his life. I mean, all respect to Zay Flowers, but I'm talking about like a top 10, top 15 receiver in the league. Look, we know Lamar's never had that. So for Drake May to be able and the Patriots to be able to pull off that trade for AJ Brown, I do think it was a big help. And like he spoke about earlier, it's a fresh start for him. There's a lot of drama going on with the Eagles back in the day, and I think there's a fresh start somewhere that he has expressed that he's wanted to be in the past ever since a kid. Although I think the reports were those photos that he posted in the Patriots jersey were edited or AI or some shit. But
Has to be
I'm just
expected.
saying, I'm just
Has to
saying,
be
I just gotta
expected.
throw it out. I just gotta throw it out there. But
Uh,
I mean, I'm I'm definitely not wishing them the best because it's the Patriots at the end of the day. But
Type.
I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see what's going to come from that matchup. I truly am. And you know, I think the Patriots are very similar to the Miami Heat on the NBA side of things, in that there's a certain culture that
Mm.
exists when you walk into the locker room, like kind of a no nonsense, blue collar, hard hat, I'm here to work type of culture that the Patriots have. I think that's going to wear off well on AJ Brown, and I think we're going to see a lot less antics throughout the season. Not to say that AJ Brown is one of those, um, players that cause disturbances within the locker room. I mean, all we have to talk about is that Eagles season. And to be fair, didn't he kind of? Well, hold on. Didn't he kind of force his way out of Tennessee too?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah.
I think,
Okay, so
yeah.
now, yeah, so now that I'm thinking about it, maybe this is a bit of a trend, and
Yeah. That's what I was saying. Yeah.
maybe that diva wide receiver, stereotype is coming to fruition in this case. I mean, I don't want to wish that on another black brother. I mean, I got all the love in the world for AJ Brown, but a lot of times we do see receivers, kind of cause a fit when things aren't going in the way that their mind, has kind of manifested for things to go. So
You don't see
we'll
my
see what
dog
the
JJ complaining, bro, in Minnesota,
I
bro.
would
My
say,
dog got every
yeah,
right to complain.
Justin quiet. Yeah, he's real quiet.
That's real. Wait, Key, you can't turn your camera on or no? Sorry to interrupt.
Sorry.
Not at the moment. No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, you're good. The only reason I'm asking is because I kind of have to shift. I kind of have to shift the recording because it's only me and McKinley right now. But
Oh,
whenever you're ready to get back in, you can just pop that camera back on, and then we'll have it back to regular
I got you. All
regular
right.
stream. Yeah, but yeah, man. I mean, the Patriots are looking decent. The Patriots are looking decent. I want to move over. I want to pivot over to you know these other candidates in the division. I mean, I say candidates, and I think I can only bring up the Bills, but I don't think it's
Unfortunately.
MKZ. Yeah, but I don't think it's MKZ without talking about the Dolphins or just giving the people an update about the Dolphins.
Yeah, this is what I was waiting for.
Yeah, so I'm
Hey,
gonna let I got the jersey on, but I'm gonna let my dog take the reins because as you see, my boy Smack is a Dolphins aficionado. So I'll say take whatever he's about to say with a grain of salt when it comes to the Dolphins. But McKelly, how you feeling about what you're seeing from the Dolphins going into this season?
I feel pretty solid. That like I feel like this year the most important thing is really just building a foundation. Somewhere where you can just grow talent, draft players, and just kind of just figure things out. Potentially like a free agency, take flyers on a couple guys, and try to shore up some weaknesses. Either through the draft or plug in a veteran guy. So I feel good with the foundation, but obviously it's just training camp, so gotta wait to see what Jeff Halfley is gonna do during the season, how he is. Even though he's produced solid for Green Bay, as being at DC. So I'm not expecting like nothing too crazy. Like obviously, I don't think this is a Super Bowl team. I don't think it's a playoff team. I don't think we getting like 5 wins. I mean, we could maybe with lucky
Wait, hold
injuries
up.
on.
Put a pause there, McKelly. Let me clap it up for my boy. This might have been the first unbiased Dolphins take I've heard him give in a little while. I appreciate that, my boy. No, continue. Go ahead.
But yeah, man, I gotta be real with myself and the team. We got a QB that's only shown like what a season and a half worth of film of being a starter.
Shit, if that.
We don't really have a known receiving core, so only thing on our offense is really some of our offensive linemen, which are decent, but and then really our main star is Devin A. Chain. So that's the only thing you got in the defense. Oh Lord, that's just gonna be we have. Unless you're like a real NFL fan, you're really not gonna know a lot of the names. Like, I mean, most people probably kind of know now. Jordan Brooks, solid linebacker, All Pro, I believe. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
he was All Pro.
Yep.
Um, Corners, don't even get me started. Just a whole bunch of young guys and flyers. Safety, same thing. D line, got some names. Zach Sealer should be decent. Kenneth Grant, sophomore, I think, yeah, sophomore year. Chop, I think third year. So hopefully he'll be looking to pick things up. So not really expecting too much. Just really just want to see the young guys develop, see all our rookies, get some time and to shine, and you really, take them growing pains and, just get better. That's what I'm looking for. And then when it comes to the draft, I'm really like iffy because like at least I should say who we would take. Like say like we'll probably get like top three, top five pick. And it's just like people will say, obviously if you get number one, take Archie, which I'm like, yeah. But depending on Malik Willis play, I'm about to get that boy JJ, you know what I mean? Get the boy for the
That's real.
crib.
That's real. That's real.
That's what I'm really looking for. So, that's just my vision, going for the Dolphins. But aside from that, to finish off this little rant, we just should be, a grinding type season. Like you're gonna see a lot of hard fought games, a lot of like, should be a never give up, never die. Like we're gonna be a hard team to like put out, Unfortunately, like the talent's gonna be a little iffy, but I feel like them boys gonna play hard.
I respect that.
that's good.
I respect that. I respect that. As Mac just said, like this season isn't one that is, in our opinion, is going to align with the typical Miami fashion of the glitz and the glamour and the fashion and the highlights and you know just the over the topness that the city of Miami has to offer. I think this season as a Miami Dolphins fan is going to be for the more the purest football fan, one that's really looking at the X's and O's, looking at the game tape, looking at the 442, and really just you know taking a second to actually analyze guys, how guys are progressing throughout the season. New coaching staff in the organization. We have a lot of changes in the organization. Our quarterback, whose jersey I'm wearing, is gone. We still have our star running back in Devon Achane, and we expect him to still have a monster season as he's shown throughout the last few years. But I mean, it's going to be tough as a Dolphins fan. It's going to be tough as a Dolphins fan if you're going into the season expecting to be a true competitor for that Lombardi at the end of the year. But if you're more of a sane Dolphins fan and can kind of, pay attention to, the ins and outs going into each and every week, you'll be able to take some of those little wins and appreciate how the organization is moving in the right direction. Now, hopefully that does become the case. Like McKinley said, we have a new quarterback in Malik Willis, who, in the absences of Jordan Love over there in Green Bay, has shown to be quite a quality quarterback. He has the legs, he has the mobility, his accuracy seems to be relatively stable throughout his time in that starting role. And I think he was, I mean, in the offseason, he was one of the premier, free agent quarterbacks, and backup quarterbacks looking that a lot of teams were vying for. So
Yeah.
It's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a tough one this year, but at the end of the day, if you're a Dolphins fan, you're used to this. I tell me and my buddy the other day just kind of came to a revelation that, not to date myself, but the Dolphins haven't won a playoff game in my lifetime. And,
Same here, brother.
I,
Same here.
you know what I mean? So it's hard. It's tough. We clearly are not spoiled and don't have a bunch of posters and rings and replicas on our nightstand like our co-host over there. But at the end of the
Hard
day,
work,
we're
man.
gonna. No, that's Tom Brady. Ain't no hard work. That's Tom Brady and
Yeah,
Bill
exactly,
Belichick.
but the Deflategate referees.
That's what I'm saying. Tom
Yeah.
Brady and Bill Belichick. But hey, whatever. It is what it is to happen. But yeah, man, if you're a Dolphins fan, you know what the lows feel like. But hopefully, this is just building towards the highs in the future. So that's what we got. That's our take on the Dolphins. Now, we started off by saying we want to talk about the contenders in the division. Let me get on the soapbox real quick about my most hated quarterback in the league. And I have no personal vendettas against any player in any professional sport. At the end of the day, at the end of the day, these players, put blood, sweat, and tears out there to entertain us fans. So we do appreciate them for their hard work. But I have to talk about a guy
I'm about to say,
that
but you got a vendetta like that boy is B Titty with Najee. I know.
it would not be here. Shout out B Titty, man. B Titty, if y'all don't know who that is, man, B Titty's been putting out some of the funniest content on TikTok and social media, man. Like,
Hell yeah.
I gotta add a couple people to the parlay band list. Shout out B Titty, man. B Titty's one of them ones, but I don't got a personal vendetta like that. I will say, because this man hasn't lost me no money. I mean, I don't haven't. I don't throw him on no slips to begin with, but I just can't stand one Josh Allen. I just can't. I can't stand him. He's a star quarterback for one of our division rivals in the Buffalo Bills, and with the success that they've been having over the past few years, you know, the media talk has been very high on one Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. And while the team does look good on paper, it truly does. And they have the success and they have the, some of the cachet to kind of build upon and speak about when it comes to the Buffalo Bills. I mean, we mentioned James Cook. I don't even know if we mentioned it on. No, we didn't mention it on the pod. That was before we
Yeah.
got on here. But they have one James Cook over there who's burgeoning into arguably. I mean, you could say he's top 5 back in the league at this point. If we're talking about all-purpose back, I mean, what he does for them
Yeah.
in the running game, what he does for them in the catching game. Um, you know, James Cook is definitely one of them ones. But I mean, I think at the end of the day, there's a few quarterbacks where I think we're kind of living off of the potential or the what they could be as opposed to what we've seen. And that's not to throw no shade on Josh. Josh has made the AFC conference championship.
Listen,
Josh
Herbert.
has. Yeah, I mean, but exactly. Like, I was just about to bring up Herbert. Like, there's a couple quarterbacks. Like, for me, it's 3 quarterbacks in a certain. And then you know what? I'm gonna be unbiased and throw my boy in here too, because y'all know, if you've watched past episodes, that we're big Lamar Jackson fans on this list. But I would be remiss and I would be biased in not admitting that he is in that category of quarterbacks that have slightly underperformed throughout their time, as far as from an accomplishment standpoint, like a team accomplishment standpoint. It's been tough for the Ravens. So, I'm
Yeah.
gonna say 4 in Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, Lamar Jackson, and Joe
Joe
Burrow.
Burrow.
And the only reason I'm bringing up these 4 quarterbacks, like, of course, I mean, we're in an era right now. We just got out of an era where the Patriots and Tom Brady were dominating the NFL. And if we're getting, it seems like we're on the back end now. We'll talk about the Chiefs a little later, but from that, we walked into another dynasty in the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes dominating the league. So it's only so many Lombardis to go around. And I do understand that. And I am going to give these players this grace because at the end of the day, you're losing to some of the greatest we've ever seen put on the pads, put on a uniform, step onto that gridiron. But at the end of the day, with the level of hype that these quarterbacks do get, regardless of who's on the other, who's lining up on the other side of the pitch or whatever, I mean, of the field or whatever. As y'all can see, I'm still in World Cup mode. But who's lining up on the who's lining up
This
on the
sounds
other side
better.
of? Yeah, I'm telling you, who's lining up on the other side of the field? Like for the hype that these quarterbacks do get, we need to get some production out of it.
Yeah.
And I feel like people
these
just be glazing, like, or it's not a glaze, but it's just like they just be more admissive of their like their shortcomings. Like with
yes,
Josh Allen, the MVP he won over Lamar, and it's not even to be biased, as big Lamar fan, but it's just like the way like that MVP campaign went for Josh Allen, it was like, bro, they were talking about Josh doing arm punts. That man threw a horrible interception. What are we talking about arm punts?
yeah, exactly.
Like what?
Yeah,
Like
that's a good point you bring up because you see how they try to switch the narrative, right? Because, and now it's kind of reverting back because now, thank God for
yeah,
NFL Twitter. I mean, if you're not tapped into NFL Twitter, it's the funniest thing you'll be tapped
funny as
into in your
hell,
life.
bro.
But
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
this trend that's currently going on with these quarterbacks throwing, fucking
Meatball subs.
meatball subs, Philly cheese steaks, hot pastrami. Like it's hilarious, but it is bringing more light to some of the deficiencies that we've seen from these players. I mean, like McKinley said, like the media will tell you something that you've never heard before in that him throwing a 50, 60-yard interception was the best play in that scenario for the game because it is the same as a punt, i.e., an arm punt. I've never heard that before. That's never a conversation that you've ever heard from any other quarterback. But when it comes to trying to protect certain guys, they kind of flip the narrative to sound a certain way, sound a bit better for these players. So, not to say that these four quarterbacks that we've named aren't these are some of the elite of the elite if we're talking
Yeah,
about
hell
the
yeah.
league and we're talking about specifically the three that we mentioned prior in Josh, Joe, and Lamar. But Justin Herbert, for instance, like my boys know, I've called him the most overrated quarterback ever. I mean, he hasn't produced a single thing. At least Joe Burrow can say he's made it to a Super Bowl. At least Josh
Yeah.
Allen can say he's routinely in the playoffs, making deep runs in the playoffs. Lamar can say the same thing. Both of these guys have MVPs to their name. Justin hasn't done nothing but get married this offseason.
Hey, bro,
Like
my dog got his ring, bro. You gotta, you know what I'm
he
saying?
got it. More respect to him, bro. I'm trying to get like him. I need to settle down with a little lady so I can be like he just popped up. Y'all, he think he's slick. He just put on that camera and I saw something.
Yeah.
But we're not even going to
Chill,
talk about it. We're not even going to talk about it.
chill,
But
chill.
but nah, man. I mean, like, we could definitely see the narratives being pushed certain ways for different players. So, you know, all that to say, the Bills are going to be another premier team in the NFL this season. It does suck that if you haven't heard, they just lost CJ Gardner Johnson. It looks like to injury, so it looks like they are
Hopefully
going to be.
that's not an ACL. I mean, not an ACL, an Achilles, because the way that some
Yeah.
of the videos I was seeing with the trainers, I'm like, oof.
So you saw clips on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they was trying to like check out his leg and like give it a little test with the calf because it said it was a calf, but then it was just like when they talk about the calf, we all know what happens when we get to that
Yeah.
area.
Yeah, I didn't see no clips on it. I just heard the news, but that's a big loss for them. I mean, I think the reports are Damar Hamlin is back has been taking the number one reps at the safety position for them in training
Yeah, I
camp
believe
since.
so. Yeah,
Yeah, they can't catch a break, man. They're one of those teams that can't catch a break when it comes to injury. Go ahead, Key, my
I
bad.
said, oh no, I was saying I'm looking it up right now. It says that they just got a scare. I'm trying
Oh,
to
so they're
look
saying
into
that he's
further.
still.
Yeah, well, it's just he got hurt, and then they're testing out He's a lower calf strain, but yeah, they're gonna have what you call it?
MRIs.
Yeah, the other guys play and look at it
Mhm.
and see how it goes. But they say it's a scare. We'll see.
Okay, so they're gonna take a light with Gardner Johnson, but
Yeah,
at the end of the
yeah,
day, yeah, at the end of the day, the Bills have fielded over the past 5 to 7 years. They have fielded a pretty solid defense. So,
right.
although that is a major loss, if it does become a blow, I mean, they still have the personnel and the coaching staff to kind of make account for it. So the Bills are another team to look out for, as they have routinely been in this Josh Allen era. So that's I think we could move off of this division. I'm it's kind of depressing me at this point to continue talking about the division that my team has no hopes in. So
Y'all
um
seen what's happened with the 49ers?
okay, so perfect. We can segue into the 49ers talk. If McKinley, you want to let the people know what's going on with the 49ers, we can move into over
So I
there in
mean,
the
recently they
NFC.
signed back their boy Debo Samuel to a 1 year deal, and I think it was in replacement of Ricky Pearsall because now he's going through season-ending surgery on I think his LCL, I
Yeah,
believe so.
Yeah,
yeah,
his
yeah,
knee
yeah.
surgery.
LCL, something like that. Yeah,
So I'm just like, man, like the injuries that happen with the 49ers, bro, like I know like they done reports on like, because they're near like an electrical grid and that, it kind of, something about the electromagnetic waves, causing disturbance, some bullshit like that. But they did some tests saying that it wasn't really valid, but then, it's just still weird, like because I seen someone tweet that Ricky Pearsall throughout like his I think five seasons of college hadn't missed a single game. As soon as he gets drafted to the 49ers, man's missing half seasons, whole seasons now. It's just like,
getting
damn,
shot. Yeah,
he did that. Like, that's crazy.
Them boys can't catch a break, bro.
And then they
They
got
cannot.
issues with Brandon Ayuk. Oh boy.
We seen Brandon
oh,
Ayuk. If you've been following the offseason, Brandon Ayuk has definitely given AB a run for his money as far as the social media thing is concerned.
Had
Because some of
AB
those
talking about
videos,
something. I think you're tripping, gang. Like you tweaking. I'm like, but AB telling you that? Oh yeah, it's GG's.
it's GG's, man. It's GG's, man. Yeah, the 49ers, I
right.
mean, yeah, the 49ers are, another team that's routinely in the conversation in the hunt for the Lombardi, but like McKinley and Kevon has spoken to, they cannot catch a break when it comes to the injury bug. They just can't fake it. I mean, we saw Kittle go out last season.
Yep.
We saw Brock Purdy in and out of the lineup last season.
Yep.
Um, Fred Warner, is he still hurt?
Yep. I think he should be coming back. He should be recovered from his injury.
Like, dang,
Should
bro.
be.
And then as they said, Ricky Pearsall, who, you know, I never shared this, but I saw a couple comps on IG and Twitter of him back in his Gator days, and I was like, hold on, he might be cold in the league. And he just hasn't, and I can't say that as a UM fan, but but
Yeah.
you feel me? But it just hasn't amounted to anything because of various reasons, like we mentioned. He's gotten hurt, and then the man got shot.
That was
It's
crazy. I'm not
just
even gonna lie. Like I was like, wow.
it's like, what are the odds, man? So hopefully the 49ers can shake back because, the NFC is not looking like it's gotten any more
Oh
of a
hell
slap.
no. It's GG's for them boys. Miles Garrett to the Rams.
I was just about to say, and I
Aaron
think
Donald looking like he coming back from retirement.
thank God you broke the news because, man, did we have a blockbuster move in the league this offseason. We saw arguably the best defensive player in the league go over to the team that was,
I ain't gonna lie, dog. I
can we
think you got
say,
to give him that title, man, because that boy is DPOY, man.
oh, for sure. Wait, who?
Miles Garrett.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we're talking about the best
You
defensive player
can't.
in the.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't say arguably that boy is the best
Oh, he
defensive
is.
player.
Okay, you're right. You're right. Let me correct that then. 100%. We're talking about the best defensive player in the National Football League getting sent over to the team that was, I
Three
think it's
points
safe.
away.
I was about to say, I think it's safe to say about a drive away from the Super Bowl last year.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fellas, I didn't really get to get your input on that situation. Key, now that you're back, it's good to see you again, brother. Uh,
What?
what does that trade mean for the NFL? Talk to us, brother.
You know, I was thinking about it before what just recently happened in the MLB, and I was like, 'cause, you know, if you don't know, in the MLB, Tarek Skubal, like probably like top 2 best pitchers in the league. Like just got Scuba. Yeah, he just got traded to the Dodgers. And then the Dodgers team is nasty, insane. And when that happened, I'm thinking like, yo, they got him. Myles Garrett goes to the Los Angeles Rams. They got all these talent and stuff. And now you got the Lakers got Luka too. You know,
Always these LA teams, bro. They just get everybody. Like shit is so
It's
annoying,
something in
bro.
that. It's something in that water over there in LA. I
yeah,
don't know, bro.
it's something interesting. It's something I don't know what's going on, but no, yeah,
And
yeah.
y'all pay so
Myles
many
Garrett,
taxes, like y'all don't even get paid over there, but they just be robbing y'all
yeah.
money. But
I feel, I feel like
point of going to LA.
I feel it's a lifestyle. You know, LA's. You know, LA is still top 3 states in the country. You know, like LA, New York, Florida. You could argue
It's the
Texas.
west side of Miami, bro.
I don't
It
know.
truly
Like
is.
it's
Nah,
one of those vibes.
yeah, Cali's one of them ones. I mean, especially, I mean, we haven't really had to deal with bad weather in you know, growing up in Florida. But from those of you guys that do grow up in some of those states where you guys are dealing with the harshest of winters, you know, that LA move means a lot to a lot of people, Keith. But like, even if it don't mean a lot to us, like, I mean, we in Florida, we blessed. But some people, boy, they fight for their life come October, November, December, January. So,
Hey, that
Cleveland,
boy, I don't know
Ohio
about
to
that
LA.
Cleveland life, but that Ohio life,
Yeah,
bro.
boy, listen, those,
going
hey.
on.
Boy, listen, if I stay over there in Cleveland, I don't know if I'm going back, but hey, that jug over there, boy. It's different,
Nah,
boy. It's different.
but that's a huge help to them because that was their main problem last year was defense.
Yep.
And I think having the game starts from the line, O line and D
Oh,
line.
yeah.
So I think that them having a huge. I mean, they had what's his name, Kyrus,
Garrett Verse? Are you
Javon
talking?
Verse,
Kyrus,
yeah, verse.
Verse.
Oh, Javon Kears.
Sorry, I'm getting players. I'm getting them. They had him. He was good, and he's a young talent. But Myles Garrett is Myles Garrett, and I think
Yep.
he's gonna play a huge impact, help out. And then they got McDuffie too, another like
Yeah,
top tier
big time.
cornerback. And they already
Yep.
and honestly, I like their safeties. Curl Cam and them, I like them a lot.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 so them getting Myles Garrett is a huge push for them, and I think it's really helpful. And their defense is gonna be 10 of it. Their offense already was nasty. Now they got a nasty offense and nasty defense. It's very difficult.
You really got to think about it. You really got to think about it, Smacking Key. Like, look at it this way. And correct me if I'm wrong. I'm trying to remember correctly, but did Matthew Stafford not just win the MVP?
Yes, he did.
Yep.
That
Yep.
is the MVP.
So
Yep.
you mean it? So you mean to tell me that the Los Angeles Rams have the MVP of the 2025-2026 season and the defensive player of the year on the 2025-2026 season on
Yeah.
the same exact roster going into the new season?
Yep.
Have we ever seen anything like this in the league?
And I think you could say Puka was what?
Wasn't he
Third
Yeah.
offensive
or
player
like
of the
top 5 in offensive player of the year.
runner? Yeah.
Yeah. He was. I was gonna say Puka too. And Devontae Adams was like top 2 in touchdowns all season too, catching touchdowns. And you have
Mhm.
Tyron Williams, who also is a top tier person in touchdowns and the running
Yeah.
back.
I just
So
don't get it, bro. We talking about spoiled. LA is a spoiled ass city, boy. Like
Hell yeah, bro.
y'all don't know how good y'all got it, bro. Like we like he just ran down and we just ran down. Y'all like if you don't know sports, just think about it like this. Y'all have the best. Just if we're just going off of the accolades of this past season, y'all have the best offensive player in the league. Probably arguably the second or third best offensive player in the league at receiver, and you have the best defensive player in the league, all on your roster over there at the Rams. Like if the Rams don't get it done, I don't know what will. Because this is reminiscent to me of the year they did win the chip when what was it, Stafford's first or second year when they brought over Odell and
His first year, yeah.
yeah, his first year when they brought over Odell, they already had I'm not
Cooper
blanking
Cup.
on Triple Crown,
Triple
Cooper Cup.
Crown.
Yeah, Triple Crown winner Cooper Cup. Like they still had AD over there and Aaron Donald. And then on top of that, they're talking about Aaron Donald was seen in the facility working out, thinking about coming out of retirement to play for them. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's something in that LA water, and that NFC is freaking stacked, bro. That NFC is stacked. We're looking at the Rams, where the Seahawks are still the Seahawks, and we're talking about
Yeah,
the reigning Super
yeah.
Bowl champions. You know what I'm saying? So the Seahawks are gonna come back with a vengeance. Um, we got what's my man? Jaden Daniels coming back from injury. So the NFC
Yep.
East, I don't know what the Cowboys think they're running over there because still some there's still some dogs over there in the Eagles and the Commanders. Like it's gonna be a hell of a season, man. And I'm really, really looking forward to this season because I think that although we have our a couple super teams out there, like the talent in the NFL is just at such a premier level right now that, whatever game you tune into for the most part. Me and my cousin were just talking about catching a Tennessee Titans game. They're terrible, but
Oh,
I'm about to go watch. But you want to go catch their games because you know what type of talent they have back there. Our quarterback and one alum Cam Ward. So you know what I mean? Like the NFL is stacked, man, and season is really one to look forward to. We've talked about some of the premier moves, some of the premier changes and things that we're looking forward to come this upcoming season. I want to dive into training camp just a little bit before we get into our breakout players for this upcoming season. Just some storylines that we saw from training camp. I'll start off with the first major one that we saw at the beginning of the week last week, and that kind of Cincinnati Bengals debacle that we saw over there with with
yeah, but it was throwing the balls, but it was throwing the
what
balls.
yeah with our man Jamar Chase and who was it that he was that corner I forgot his name like
Um,
what was it DJ something I'm tripping.
I don't know. DJ Turner
I'll
never
look it
gave
up.
the time
Hold
to
on,
be
I'll look
like,
it
you
up.
feel me?
No, I don't think it was yeah, it probably wasn't DJ Turner, but somebody on the Cincinnati
Yeah,
Bengals
I'll look it
defense.
up.
Yeah, first day of training camp. All you see is a video trending on Twitter, IG of them in a big old scuffle. Jamar Chase goes ahead and rips his helmet off, throws that bit like he Joe Burrow down the field. Like, you know what I mean?
But he trying
I
to be
don't
like
know
Malcolm
about
Booker, bro.
right. I don't know about y'all. I know everyone had like I saw a tweet that went viral where someone was saying it's like day one or two of training camp and the Cincinnati Bengals are season is already finished.
Really
Like I
said,
get
already
it.
making a point.
Yeah, like I've seen it.
Jalen Davis, he was fighting Jalen Davis in the scrimmage.
Jalen Davis. Okay, yeah. So I see where you're coming from when you say that, but I kind of like it, fellas. I'm gonna be honest. Like I'm kind of one for the violence sometimes. I think it makes you a better ball club. I'm just saying, like, to see that competitive. I think I'd rather have if I was a coach. I think I'd rather have you know one or two moments of my team exhibiting that kind of fire and that kind of hunger for the game as opposed to having a lax ass team. We already suck in the process. As opposed to having a lax ass team that, it's like, all right, whatever. My paycheck is going to hit on the first and the 15th. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I kind of like it. I mean, if you guys want to tune in and think otherwise or add on to that point, go ahead. But I kind of like what we've been seeing and what we typically see in training camps where, these guys are getting
Yeah,
after it, be it whether we're wearing the same uniform or not.
I I could say I don't know. I don't remember which year. I don't know if it was the year we played the Eagles or the Rams, but in one of those years, he talked about his podcast. Jordan Edelman. He had a big fight with Stephon Gilmore, and they got into a huge argument. And it was like really scrapping, like really going at it. And he was talking about how like he likes those. He always scrapping, he always fighting on the field, and he always going through it. The funny part about it is that he said that I think it was him and Brandon Bowen. He was like, "Yeah, I didn't feel like practicing today, so I'm just gonna start something." And he was got in a fight with
Oh yeah, I
someone in
remember
the
that
middle of practice,
story,
bro.
bro. You see
And then he got
what?
kicked out. Yeah,
They go they number
yeah,
one of
yeah.
their favorite Patriots, bro. Don't even want to practice, bro.
He goaded, but he red gloves, man. You know what time it is, baby. Julian Edelman, man. Come on now. But yeah, I like the energy too. And you seen like Cam Newton a couple years back was fighting his teammates. Like, they want it. Hungry, get at it. Like, you want everybody's competitive, is high, testosterone in the practice. They want to get at it and go at it and go. We want it. You want to win. I want to win. Fight it out, duke it out. After, drink, eat, talk it out. Love, man.
Pop it up.
It's family. Yeah, I like that shit too. I like it a lot.
It's competition. It's competition at the end of the day. And we're talking about sport. I mean, the sport is not, we're not talking about pickleball. Like, this is a barbaric sport. This is a barbaric sport that we're talking about, man. Like, these guys are, Shannon Sharp always puts it perfectly whenever he says it. Football is one of those sports where I'm trying to move a grown man against his will. And we're not talking about just any average grown man. We're talking about the premier athlete.
Yeah.
See what I mean? Like, we're talking about like grown men. You feel me? Like, I'm trying to move a grown man against his will. Like, it means something to these people because we're kind of past the point of it being a situation where, we got guys, trying to woo over a certain girl on IG or, trying to flex in the classroom. Now we're talking about grown men that's trying to feed their families.
Oh yeah, that'd be the main thing. Like, they a lot of them dudes they fighting for a roster spot, man. Like, don't got a lot of guaranteed contracts. It's just it's life or death for some of these boys.
100%, 100% it is. So, we're that's a different realm when you're talking about how important this means to a lot of these players. Like McKinley just said, you got people fighting for roster spots. Like we got people at make or break moments within their career. Like, this is their chosen career of choice, being the American football. And I'm at a point where, hey, either I bust this dude from on the other side of the ball's ass, or I outwork the next string and the next string and the next string on my position, or I'm at the crib. I got to figure out something completely different. You know what I mean? Or I got to go overseas not overseas, but across the border over to Canada and go play in the Canadian Football League or something like that. Like, a lot of these players, like, it truly does mean something to them. So when I see that energy kind of come out in this early in training camp, yes, I mean, it's 50-50 all the time. It's going to be like, yo, what are we doing? Like, you guys are already you guys are already sowing seeds of dissension within your organization. You guys are supposed to be one team, one of camaraderie, guys that are, have each other's back, and y'all beating each other ass. Save that for the opponent. By the end of the day, on the flip side of that coin is like Key, like McKinley, like myself has said, we're trying to get after it. And we're just showing you guys how much this means to us. Like, I don't know. And it's the Bengals at the end of the day. So, I mean, I ain't trying to hate on the Bengals, but it's the Bengals at the end of the day. So we don't know what that's gonna amount to. But at the end of the day, I like it, bro. If the Dolphins did that with the Joes and Schmoes that we currently got, boy, I'd be hyped going into the season. I would have cut the sleeves off this jersey and I would have been in the gym like this. Pumping weights, boy. I would have what? I would have been in that routine up, bro. I'm telling you, man. So I kind
Hey,
of like
but
what
you
I
want to
see.
talk about the Patriots? What they had going on? One of their young offensive lineman by the name of Will Campbell. What we seen on the video,
No comment. No comment.
You said no comment.
No comment.
Yeah,
No
I don't
comment.
think we ain't trying to get canceled over here at MKZ. So we'll go ahead and just look at Will Campbell training camp if you want to see the clip for yourself. We ain't really gonna dive too much into it, but that man a fool.
Lightning.
But all I'm gonna say is that man a fool, and your play low key cost your quarterback and your team Super Bowl. So I would say lock in, brother Campbell. I know you were coming off injury. I know you were just getting back into the swing of things, but I'm not even gonna bring up the stats in the playoffs. It was rough. It was rough on your side, Will. But all love to Will Campbell, man. But yeah, but I don't think we gotta dive into it. It was a little funny to say the least. I think we should dive into what is looking to be the end of a dynasty in the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't know if you guys have been seeing the clips in training camp, but it's looking kind of grim over there, fellas. I just saw today, Mahomes drop back for a pass, and beamed that hole right at the back of his center helmet. I mean, I,
Damn, I missed that clip. Damn.
You gotta send that to
you,
me later. I didn't see that one.
I'm gonna send it to
I
y'all,
saw him
bro.
running. He looked awkward. That's it. I didn't see him beaming.
I just see him with that knee brace, and I'm like,
Yeah,
damn.
he looked awkward. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, for sure. He's definitely moving into his next era of his career. It feels like Jordan going from Air Jordan to that 90s back you down, post fade Jordan. You got to change your game up. You got to change your game up, but you know, um, yeah, man. I think the major thing that's been circulating with the Chiefs has been their receiver room. Uh,
And
it's
it's
looking
funny,
kind
like
of.
that one of their top guys just got injured, but I think his name is Cyrus Allen.
Oh, he got hurt.
Yeah.
I didn't even know
Yeah,
that.
I heard about that.
I don't think it's a major injury, but I think it's like some type of strain, I think on his leg or somewhere. And
God
that boy, he
bless him.
was hooping.
Yeah. I mean, I
Wait,
think it's safe to say.
oh,
Oh, go ahead, Keith. No, go ahead.
so what's going on with Rasheed Rice though? He getting locked up? What's going on with him?
Um, he was, at least from what I've seen from Chiefs Twitter, they ain't really been saying like he been popping out too much or anything. So
Yeah, I don't remember what the outcome was for the case he was dealing with, but I think he just had to. They had to serve for like a couple days or something.
yeah, 'cause I think he was there at training camp. Because I know, because I remember he was like he was eligible to be able to participate.
Right, right, yeah. So, I mean, we know the troubles that Rasheed Rice has had, the run-ins that he's had with the law these past few years. So, and we're arguably talking about. I mean, I don't even think it's arguable at this point. He's probably their best receiver over there in Kansas City. So, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
um, but I mean, all respect to Rasheed Rice, but I mean, we're talking about Kansas City coming from the likes of Travis Kelce, prime Travis Kelce's and Tyreek Hills to, Rasheed. Like, it's rough over there. But didn't they just draft Buddy for the running back? Oh, no, not draft. They
No, they got
traded for
Kenneth
They
him.
Walker.
signed, Kenneth Walker,
Yeah,
yeah.
Kenneth Walker.
Yeah, they got okay, yeah. They got Kenneth Walker over there in the backfield, so that should be a big help for Mahomes to kind of take the load off the running game. I mean,
They got a receiver too, no? In the draft, like a known receiver.
I don't
I
think so.
can look it
not.
up.
I could
I
be
thought.
true.
Let me see, Chiefs receiver room.
Let me see. Did they get?
Xavier Worthy's
I
still
looked up
there.
KC picks and they showed me the damn Royals. Oh no, GG.
Taekwon, no, I don't know. I actually don't know who they drafted this year.
Yeah, I'm not. I know they trade up for some players and stuff. I remember that.
Yeah,
Yeah, they got Kevin. They got Kevin Concepion, right? Oh no. Did they get Kevin? Oh, I'm tripping.
Yeah,
So when they
it was the receiver I was talking about, Cyrus Allen. That's the only person they
oh, he was.
drafted.
Oh,
okay,
so he
okay,
and
okay.
he was the one that
He's
got
the
hurt.
he's the
Yeah,
only
yeah.
receiver that they drafted.
I know they got him. I thought I got someone earlier. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I think the Chiefs are finally atoning for whatever devil magic they did to win all those rings. The time has come for the Chiefs, and as much as I got respect for Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, all them boys, I can't say I'm mad at it. I mean, that's the Swifties. I did not, I think the average NFL fan is not a fan of Taylor Swift being shown after every on every
And
camera
Caitlin
cut.
Clark. At the same
And Kaylin Clark.
time.
And you remember
Look,
when Ice
but
Spice?
you like
You
you
remember when
some
Ice
Taylor
Spice was
Swift,
up?
bruh.
You remember when Ice Spice was up there with her, the most random crossover ever? I'm just
Yeah.
like what's going on over there in Kansas City, man? So, hey man, we'll see though. We'll see because I think we spoke earlier about players that have something to prove. Mahomes is coming off injury. I mean, I think Mahomes wants to remind the world, like our recent clip that we dropped on Anthony Edwards, who was also kind of coming off an injury, suggests like these players. I mean, we talk what the bumbuck? Hold on, bro. I just had a little light issue. What the bomber club going on
I'm
right
about to
Peace,
say,
now?
Devil
bro.
Magic. Devil
I know it's
Magic.
Devil, bro,
hurricane
I start
season,
talking
but
about
damn.
devil magic and I'm
Peace.
greased.
Peace.
Patrick Mahomes heard me talking. He said, "Oh hell no, I'm fired for that." But hey, nah, though. But like I think Mahomes. I mean, we know who Patrick Mahomes is. Like him coming back. I think he's. You can never count out Mahomes and the Chiefs, man. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say on the Chiefs. Because I mean, how many rings he got now? Like 3 or 4?
They got 3. They beat the Eagles and they beat the Niners twice. 3.
Wait, yeah, so 3, yeah.
Yeah, so he got 3 rings already. Like
He
he's
getting
like,
there to
yo.
Brady. He's getting there.
Mute up.
Yeah, man. So the Chiefs are definitely gonna be a team to talk about. It's so many teams to talk about for the sake, but for the sake of not keeping this episode too long, we're already at about 52 minutes. So we've definitely given you guys a quality episode for our return back to the YouTube. But I think we could finish off by the final segment talking about some breakout players, that we're looking forward to seeing this season. Do you guys have any names that you're throwing out there, and any brief description or reason why you guys would say you're looking at this player for a good season to come? I'll start while you guys think on it, and this is as personal as it gets. Them 14 teams that passed up on that defensive end from the University of Miami Hurricanes and won Ruben Bain Jr. Yet an effed up.
Tight
Yet an
shit.
effed up. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Y'all let my dog stay in the state over here, right here in Tampa Bay Bucks. Okay, we're gonna see. We're gonna see what the season got to hold. That's all I'm gonna say on that point. We haven't really talked about the rookies. We didn't talk about the draft like that. So Ruben Bain Jr., look out for that name. If you guys ever check out any Buck games, just pay attention to who jumps off the screen at you on that defensive line. That's all I'm gonna say. Shout out,
Mm.
shout out, Ruben. Ruben, when you see this, you know what time it is, baby.
Damn, breakout. Ooh, it's a tough one.
It is a tough one. It is a tough one because we have a lot of guys that have shown promise these past few seasons. I'm interested to see what Kenneth Walker does do over there at Kansas City, though. I know he's a vet at this point. That's not really a breakout player, but him being in a new organization and just coming off of a Super Bowl win, he was pretty integral in their win over there in Seattle. I kind of want to see what kind of energy he brings to the Kansas City Chiefs running back room. Honestly,
And it's funny not even to go back to the team you were just talking about with the Tampa Bay. Like
Mhm.
Emeka Ibuka, I think he should really go off.
Yeah, we saw what he was doing at the beginning of the season last year. We
Like I
definitely
think
seen that.
like I think now with like him being in the league, having that experience, and then obviously having more rapport with Baker now, and then obviously being pretty much gifted like the number one option, and
Hmm.
kind of knows what to expect, garnering that type of attention now that Mike Evans not there, and then the inconsistencies of Chris Godwin. I think he should really flourish now.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, we saw, Emeka Buka. I mean, is it safe to say that he was putting together one of the best rookie receiver campaigns we've seen in a minute before that injury? Like
Bro,
he
I had
was,
him on fantasy, bro. In the first few weeks, I was like, yo, I hit gold, bro. These boys not touching me, bro.
Luck,
yeah,
luck,
take
luck, luck, luck.
take that with you. Yeah, take that with you.
Lucky
But
ass.
Uh,
you're right though. I do remember him going crazy for you in fantasy. And Mega Buka was one of them ones for sure. I wasn't expecting it, to say the least.
but then he just had a mean drop off, and I was just like, fuck.
I mean, but he got hurt though. We can't necessarily tell that it's a drop off. But
Yeah,
he
still.
did he did kind of slow down though to finish the season.
I was like, damn, man. I needed it.
You know what? You know what, McKinley? And McKinley, this gonna get a little laugh out of McKinley because McKinley knows through our personal conversations how I feel about this conversation. This topic.
I feel
But
like
for the sake of the
What you about to
for the
say? What
sake
you about to say?
for the sake of the episode, Jacoby Lane, listen to me and listen to
you
me
put
closely.
that button on through this.
I need you. We need you over there at Ravens flock. You understand me? Lamar has never had a number one receiver. I know you just got to the league. I know you just getting started, baby. But Baltimore needs you, baby. That button you was talking about putting all through that hole. I need you to put that button through the whole.
Yeah.
I need you to put that button through the whole league. You understand me? Jacoby Lane, I mean, listen, you've grown as you're a rook. You're a rook for sure. But you're one of those young sensations on social media because of some of the energy you've brought to the space and the energy you brought to the Ravens organization. And they drafted you pretty high in the draft. Like they expect number one potential out of you, and I see it. I mean, I went back and did my research on you over there at USC. Like you a
He's a
dog.
big boy, man.
Yeah, he's a dog. Like the clips don't do him justice. What are you talking about? Coach saying we are only rookies got to hit the gym today. Don't worry, I'm coming back. I'm putting button all through
Button on
there.
through this hole.
Like
Yeah,
it's funny.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
enjoyable
yeah.
clips. It seems like some fun loving stuff, but you could hoop. You could hoop for sure. And I pray that this is the moment that the Ravens have needed in getting a true number one receiver. Like McKinley just spoke about Mecca Ibuka. I'm thinking you can have that type of potential as the next big rookie receiver coming out of the draft to go up and put some numbers. So for the sake of L. Jack and Broward County, Florida, Jacoby Lane, it's time, baby. It's time. I'm sorry, I had to get close to the camera. Let me wipe my camera. I had to get close to the camera for that. Keep on, give us one, baby. End this off with one, baby. I know you got somebody. Even if it's a Patriot, bro. Even though we don't want to hear from your Patriots, but even if it's a Patriot,
know,
No. It's not Patriots. It's not Patriots. It's not Patriots. It's been a guy been hiring
okay.
for a couple of years now. I think it's a breakout year for Devontae Smith. Really, he's by himself now. He got a rookie on his side.
good one.
They say Jalen Hurts in the offense how it was with the coordinator before they got rid of the coordinator, right? So I think it's a breakout year for Devontae Smith and see how he could do. Cause he was getting a band by himself. At least he may get 12, may get more touches, may get touchdowns. He's been quiet. He's been humble. He's been working. Remember he's a Heisman winner. He's a really good receiver in my opinion. So I really like what he's gonna do. And he got a nice little rookie with him. He can show on the ropes too. He got a leadership role now. Like let's see what he could cook up for real. I think I got hopes in Devontae Smith for real.
100%. I like that pick. I like that pick. I think Devontae Smith for me, he falls in that category of number two options that we've seen throughout the past few years. That conversation has been where, yeah, they're number two for their team, but what would they be if they got their own organization? We saw that conversation with Devontae Smith. We saw that conversation. Shit. I mean, matter of fact, I think the perfect example we just saw was the breakout of Puka Nacua. I mean, we talking about just coming off the backs of the Triple Crown winner in Cooper Cup and them just winning that Super Bowl that they did win with Puka's entrance to Puka blowing up to be arguably, I mean, if you say Puka's a top 5 receiver in the league, I'm not mad at it. If you're just going off of stats, I don't even think it's an argument. I think he's top 2, top 3. But if you're talking about the totality of the conversation, he 100% should be in your top 5. So, we just saw that happen with Puka. Folks were saying it was going to happen with T. Higgins before they re-upped on his contract. You know what I mean? I think Devontae is right there in that same space. I mean, we saw what he was able to do in some of A.J. Brown's lapses last season. So I love that pick. I think Devontae Smith is up for a breakout.
He's also like very humble, quiet. Like he reads to himself. Like he does work. Like he just work. He go out there, and I know. Like I don't know, but you can tell he plays a chip on his shoulder. So I know he's thinking like, now I got a bigger opportunity now. Let me show I can really work with. Like let me work. Like this team needs me. This team's still a good team. Let's work. So heck yeah, I like him a lot too as well. I like it.
100%. And let's damn. I'm stuttering. My bad, y'all. Let's Stop it, Key. I know you're not talking. But but we also got to address the elephant in the room. I don't know if y'all saw, but Devontae Smith just got married. That
Oh
boy is in a whole
yeah,
different
yeah, he
headspace. Like we
did.
talking about, that's grown man status at the end of the day. Shit, I'm finna get married, bro. I'm sick of this lifestyle, bro. Not for real,
Type
bro.
shit. Type shit. Type
No,
shit.
Type
bro.
shit, type shit.
Not even to get too personal on the podcast. We'll say this for one of our personal episodes, man. Y'all boys, if I lock this one shawty down, what Rod Wave said, I'm getting married next year. Let's get married.
This nigga.
I'm getting married. I'm gonna be at the game, boy. But
Type
hey,
shit.
we're gonna see. We're gonna see, man. But shit, that's all I got. Y'all got any boy or anything else y'all want to talk about before we get up out of here? We
Nah,
had a
nah, they go.
we had a cool hour for the episode, so I think it's a nice return back to the
Only
back to
thing,
you.
one word, and one word to aim for. What we can do is put it out there in the nature is consistency. Let's try to be consistent. That's all. Consistency.
100%. I love that.
One
I
word.
love
That's
that,
it.
bro. I love that. Matter of fact, let's see. We shot this episode on Sunday night. Y'all gonna get this episode Monday afternoonish, maybe Monday night, 6ish. Look out for this episode around 6 p.m. I mean, if you're watching it, then you would I've already know when it came out. But I'm gonna be honest. I would say look out for an episode about Tuesday, Wednesday too, because I'm feeling I can shoot tomorrow. I ain't got no problem shooting tomorrow, boy.
Tight.
Type.
We're right
Okay.
back to it. So, hey, man, listen. I mean, all that to say, like he professed, and like we talked about at the beginning of the episode, um, we already explained to you how this whole thing came about, and you know, the fact that I'm still here kicking with my dogs, that was right there in this same exact Discord with me on the very first episode that we was there for like 4 hours on. If you know, you know about the first episode, but if you know, you know about the first episode, but it's a blessing, man. It's a blessing, and I think it's an opportunity that we don't take lightly. Some that we do appreciate, and some that we do want to run with, and continue to provide y'all with something to pass the time for y'all or help you get through whatever situation you're going through. So if you guys just we appreciate y'all spending some time here to talk sports with us, and you know, hey Neil, I look hope that that's Neil or Slim?
That's
That's
new.
me.
That's new.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's Neil. I look
It's
hope
a
that
question,
message
yeah.
got in the video low key, but um, I mean, this means a lot to us, man, and we avid sports guys. I mean, we all got jobs, we all in different places, but at the end of the day, we try to get together outside of our own personal time of chopping it up with each other to push out this content for y'all. So this season is going to be a big change for us, and we're going to continue to provide y'all with routine conversations and routine discussions throughout the entirety of this NFL season and hopefully beyond. So with that being said, I mean, I think he wrapped it up as perfectly as it could be wrapped up. So that's episode
26, I think.
20.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe episode 26 of MKZ done and dusted. Much love to
Gotta
all
get
y'all that watch, and much love to my dogs for spending some time with me. And MKZ, man, we out of here, man. Gang, go Dolphins, baby. Mike Kelly, hit that track for me. Miami Dolphins, Miami
Miami
Dolphins,
Dolphins.
Miami
Miami
Dolphins,
Dolphins
number
number one.
one.
Hands up, boy. Hands
What
up.
we doing now?
Hands up.
Miami Dolphins,
Hands up, boy.
Miami Dolphins, number
Hands up, boy.
one. Love y'all, man. See y'all next episode.